Thank you. So we have this here, and this give context to what we've done, the analysis, the data cleaning that we've done. So you see here we have data selection, we have data cleaning. So I won't be going through this, so you can just go through it because of time. So and I have this, so I can start creating my dashboard now. So I want my dashboard to be an horizontal dashboard. So we have a part giving us more information about statistics about the people that filled the survey, and the other part showing us, okay, this the state of the industry, the annual salary for female or male, and we have to we are providing the context as I've shown us here using these two charts. So to do that, we can create, we can set the width for our dashboard. We like it to have more width than height, so I can call this one 750, call this one 12. So I've already written these numbers somewhere, including the color. So you may be thinking that I was calling the number off, and no, I jotted them down somewhere. So that's why. So I have 750 to 150. So another thing that we like to do is to make sure that the phone view is in default. So wherever we are putting in default is what is showing in the phone view. So like that, we won't have a clunky charts when you look at it, when you check it out on your mobile phone. So to create there's something I like to do when I want to create this kind of situation, that I want to make sure that if I change my any part of my dimension of my dashboard, it will automatically update out. It's actually better to go for tiled container. But stair container can be very, very stressful. So we can create a floating container and build a tiled container on it. So that's what I'll be doing here. So I will drag horizontal container here. Why am I using horizontal container? Because I know that I want to create a section, two sections, one at the right and one at the left. So that's the reason why I'm using horizontal container here. So we have this floating horizontal container. So I will make sure that I put it at the edge, 0, as you can see here, 0, and I want it to have the same size as my dashboard, which is 1750, and the height is 12. So then we can now start using a tiled container on top of it. So I will introduce another container, which is horizontal container now. So this horizontal container is what we are basically using here. So, and to create our, I already explained that I want to create two sections. One section will be here and the other section will be here. So, and to do that, I'll be using a vertical container. But before I start putting vertical container there, I will use blank as a placeholder for here, so that these things won't get funky when I start bringing my container inside. So if you go to layout, you can see that this blank is inside this horizontal container, and this horizontal container that we have is the tiled horizontal container and not this floating horizontal container, which can mess things up for us. So coming here, I can easily create create a vertical container and put it here. And to differentiate the vertical container that we are putting from the placeholder blank sheet, a blank blank space. So we can just change the color to say I want to use F5. Again, I have this color written down, so that's why I'm just calling the number. So we have this container, this vertical container. So for this vertical container too, I would like to create a place holder. I want to create a placeholder for it too. You can see that I'm putting it inside the vertical container. So inside this, for this, I can just call it sec A, that is section A. And you can see these are our container and these are our blank sheets. Then I need, because I want to create two different sections side by side, I can create another, I bring in another vertical container, and you can see it matched this guy up. So you have it there. So this one too, I will color it. Let me see. I can give it F2, F2, F2. And you can see that, okay, this is not, they look alike. Let me change the opacity to 70. I change this one opacity to say 50. Or 40. There we are. Yeah. So we have this. So we can easily see that this container is different from this container, and this container is different from this placeholder. Now I can, this placeholder is no longer useful. I can remove it, but I will still leave it here. Okay, let me just remove it and put it inside as a placeholder inside this vertical container for section B. Nope. Oh. So I lost my vertical container because there was nothing inside and I was dragging something beside it. So I will bring it again and color it as before. F2, F2, F2. And instead of putting blank inside it, let me just use section. So let's call it section B. So now we can start formatting this. So I don't need this blank anymore. I can just remove it. I can so let's go to layouts and do some formatting. One thing that we can do, we can create inner padding for this container, and we can make everything 50, but I want the bottom to be 23 instead. I do exactly the same thing. As you can see now, our placeholder section here is now down. So I can do the same thing. You can see where we have our section here. Then I can do the same thing here. Come down to inner padding, make everything 50, and make this place 23. But because we already have some space, we have 50 space here already. So putting 50 here, we make it too big, too much of a space. So I can easily change this guy to say 10. So like that, the space we'll be having here will be 60. So, and that makes sense. You can see that we now have our section B placeholder down here. So we can start bringing things into our dashboard. So first thing I would like to change is this placeholder. I will change it to my actual title. So I can come here to what I've prepared here. So come to database instructions, and this title I want to use. And I can bring this one for B. And yep, okay. So we have this. Another thing that I would like to do is to have a paragraph here explaining what we're trying to do and how. So to do that, I will just create a subtitle, call it subtitle. It's not subtitle, but like introduction to the charts. So I can easily drag text to this, and I will go to my sheets again, to my documents, and I can put this here and press OK. I have this. The reason why is because we copied it from doc, so most of the time it will. So if I open it again, I click it and press OK, it will go. So, and you can see that I've already defined the color, the male for this color, the female for this color, and we can just format this, because I want to have space above and I want to have space below the chart. So I can just let me set the height to 122 and do some formatting. So let me add outer padding. So by 20, let me add 20. Let me add 20 here. Yeah, those are the main things that I want to change. So I just add one to this, yeah. And we have space from this. So another thing that I would like to create, I want to create this section so that it shows that, okay, this part, the remaining part of this place will give us statistics about the respondents, and this part will show this will be another section entirely showing us more information about the annual salary of the respondents. So I will create a horizontal container. But before that, I can create I would like to put a line here that will let us know that, okay, we have done with introduction, we are going to statistics about respondents. So to do that, I can easily use blank to create line, and I can edit the height to say 45 and change the color to this color, and change the color to this color. I will use outer padding to make sure that the line is small. This line is too big. So in fact, we can call this a line. It's more of a rectangle. So to do that, I can just make sure that, okay, this guy, I want to make sure that this sinks in like this, like this for 20. The top, say 20, just for it to rhyme. The down, 20. And here we can just say 12. This 77 wants to be 44. So why 44? Because if you look at this, we have 20 up, 20 down. 20 plus 20 is 40. So I want the line to be 5. So that's the reason why I'm using 45 here, because I've already used 20 up, 20 down. So okay, and I have this. So I want to reduce the opacity for this to say 20%. Yeah. So moving on, so we can now go on and create our section. So first, we like to create the section title. To create the section title, instead of going to text directly, because this is where I want to put my methodology icon, I want to put it directly in front of my title. Why? Because I don't want people to go through the dashboard, to go through all the charts before they know that, okay, these things I've done that influences the analysis of the charts they are seeing. So I will create a horizontal container. Let me create the height for it. Let's call it 72. And inside this horizontal container, I want to have the title. So to have the title, I can just drag the title here. And I already have title. written down here, which is global industry overview. I can then I'll come here, paste it, Control V, and okay. Again, okay, and I have this. Then the next thing that we can have, so the next thing that we can have uh in our horizontal container is to bring the methodology. I will add the title to also say it. So I'll make this yeah. So have that, then we can move on to showing our band here. So to do that, I can just say, okay, we should have a horizontal container because I want total, we have total, we should have male, we should have female, we should have like those three. So to do that, we can just easily create a horizontal container. For this horizontal container, we can give it the height of say say 151. So inside this container, you can easily start dragging our these guys. I type 2. I want female to come before male. And male to come last. So I type 2. I type 2. So I like to format them. I don't want to, if you look at the background is white. I don't want it to be white. I remove it. Same here. Remove it. Same here. Remove it. So but I would also like to create some line here that would mention that okay, this is for male, this for female, and this for respondent. So to do that, blank can always come to our head in this kind of situation. So we can come here and we can use the same color, but reduce the opacity to 5 is okay. 7, so 5, and I'll do some formatting here. So I can change the size, and what size should I use? So let me use 22. That's too big. So I can come to padding and use auto padding. Say I want to give this, what can I, so say 20. I create this. So I have 22. I give this 10, this 10. Want to want this to, let me make this 4, and or let's say 7. Make this 10, and this should increase by 1, just by 1. Yes, let me change this back to 22. So I'll do the same thing. You can see here. Let me just, I don't like, it's not so obvious. Let me change the opacity to say 20. So I will do the same thing for this and this. So to do that, go to dashboard, add blank here, change the go to layout, change the color to this color that we're using, and change the opacity. Since we already know the opacity to use, let's just use 20%. And we already know our formatting. So you can just say 7, 10, 5, 5. And we change the size to, from 486, we change the size to 22. And we do the same thing for the last one. Go to layout, color to this color, 20%. 20%. And change the 7, 10, 5, 5. So change this to 22, and we will have statistics overview. So the next thing that we like to do is, after this, I would like to bring, after seeing the number of respondents, I want to see where they are from. I want to see it down here. So what do? I just take a vertical container and bring it here. And this vertical container, I would want to separate it from this. So to do that, I can just use line. So I'll be using this line. So to separate it like this. So I will still do some formatting. So we can give it outer padding. So the bottom should have 10 and the up should have 10. So so that there'll be gap between this and this. So we also will give it inner padding. So that's so inside this container, we have the title and we have the map. So we can just, let's first bring the map inside, and we have this. And we format it because we don't want to see the shading to be like, so we have this. Now we can bring our title, can create another title. Say this. I think that's the location of respondents. So I just put it here, and yeah. And because I want to create space between this and this, so I'll just go to layout. I will change this from give it auto filing, change to 0, everything to 0. Then I'll give the bottom 10. So that's the space between the map and this. And that is that about this section. So this other part is where we show okay, this is right. I want to change this format to none. So the other part is where the section that as I explained earlier, where we have the information about the pay and the context. So people will be able to know that, okay, these people have more degree, or these people have more qualification than this set of respondents. The male have more set of degree or more qualification than female, and they are paid lesser than our female counterpart. That's basically what we are showing this part. So yeah, I don't want to see this line, so I forgot to remove it. Row divider now, column divider now. So yeah, so here we should have title for this place. So for our title, I'll just go to my documents again. Inside my documents, I have a place where yes, this place. You can see, and I'll paste it here. And we have this. Again, I'll click this and press OK. And we have this title for this section. If you look at the formatting for this and this are the same, the font size and everything, so that it will be easier for us to, for the user, for our audience to know that, okay, this is another section, and this is section on its own. So we can put some formatting here for this title. I would like to set the height. This is a vertical container. So if I don't set the height, it will keep on changing as I'm bringing things in. So I want it to be fixed. To make it fixed, I'll just set the height in pixels. So I'll just say, let me give it 60 pixels. So 60. And aside from that, I would like to also create some formatting. So I'll go to layout. Inside layout, I would like to provide the padding. So 444 is good, but I want space under it, so I can give it 19 or 20 or whatever. So now we have more space under it. So let me show grid line. So you can see that everything is aligned, and let me just remove the grid line. So moving on, we can. So after this section, I want to show our charts. So this annual pay salary, it will be at the top, and beneath it, I will have context. So the years of experience and the degree and the educational attainments here. So to bring our chart in, I would like to create a container. So I would like to create a vertical container, because there'll be title up and there'll be charts under it. So I like to create a vertical container. And this vertical container, I would like to set the height, so that when I start bringing other things in, it won't change. So by setting the height, we are actually fixing it. Look at this now. This pane is not filled in. So, but when I set value now, you see that place is Royal 539. Press OK. You can see that now it's filled. So right now, if I change the size of the dashboard, if I do anything, this will still remain proportional to the value I change it to, which makes sense. So this horizontal container and this vertical container, we will have the title up and the chart below. So let me do some formatting for this. There's no need. Let me just continue for. I'm bringing vertical container here. So inside that horizontal container, I will set that horizontal. Let me go to layout so that I'll be able to see what I'm working with. So I'm now on horizontal container. So I will set the height for this horizontal container, because right now it's filling the whole vertical container. So to change it, I can change it to say 65, because we are basically showing only the title there. So now we have this. And inside this would have the title and something similar to this to show us, because for every chart, I want to show the questions that was asked, because this is a survey question, the survey data. So most of the time, the analysis is based on the question. And the question, there are times that, for example, imagine you are filling a form and you have secondary school level degree. You only attend secondary school, but in the form, in the survey, we only have two options: is that master's or bachelor's degree. So that's not that very representative of the respondents. So to cater for any person that's interested in the question that was asked and the options that were given to the respondent, I would like to paste the questions that was asked for the major field of major column that I want to use. I will have to. So when they over it, they will see the question that was asked and the options that were provided in the survey. So right now, first I will create the title here. So, and as usual, we go to our documents, we copy it, you can see, and paste it here. So, and come here again, done. So, salary distribution by gender. And from our charts, we can see that, I'm not paid. We can see that when immediately we get to 140 something, male are getting paid more than their female. So if you over this, you can see that we are getting this line here. So I can just remove it. So to remove it, I can just reduce the size, and well, so it's now very small. So I think that's better. And can make it, yeah. So still there. Okay, let me remove the tooltip too. Oh, so you go by something now. Yeah. So but I need the information of the question that was asked for the annual pay here. So to do that, I will have to let me duplicate the methodology, and I only need to change the tooltip. So I'll just say pay annual Q. That is Q for question. So pay annual, let me change it to annual pay. Pay annual doesn't make sense. Correct. So but we're still seeing the methodology, so I have to change it. Come here. So let's go to, so we look for the one with annual pay. And I'll paste it here. You can see that here we see for annual salary, so the question, the respondents were asked, if you get paid the salary, what is your pre-tax? So right now, before we didn't know that the value that we have here are pre-tax. So that's the advantage of adding questions to maybe to your methodology or to a place in your dashboard where people can see it. They'll be able to see the question that was asked. So right now we know that this salary brackets are actually pre-tax. So, and you can see that there's another option here for I'm not compensated on a yearly basis, but I include them inside the analysis. So enter, and we have this. And I'll duplicate this and create the same thing for years of experience. I just say years of experience Q. Years of experience EXP Q. So for years of experience, I just come here, Control A, remove this, and go up here, and database experience. So another advantage is right now, before we didn't know that it was years of database experience. But with the questions, we can see that, okay, the question that was asked is about how many years of experience do you have doing data visualization. So some people some people have 10 years of experience, but they only have 1 year of data visualization experience. So putting this here in getting, so another thing that, yes, we need to create one for educational attainment too. So I duplicate this. Edu state level because of nine. So edu level. So same thing. We just come here, remove this, go to my documents, and I copy this. So just to buttress the point that putting question in the analysis can help the audience to really have an understanding of what is going on. Because, for example, in our data sets, when we built our charts, we can see that secondary school, some primary or secondary school was not there, but it was actually part of the options that was given to the participant, to the respondent in the survey. So now that I have this, I can, okay, I need to change this to, okay. If the size doesn't make sense, I will change it along the way, So we have the salary distribution by gender. So that's the annual pay for Q. So we should bring this in here. We need to remove the title and make it a little bit bigger. So cool. So the next thing that we need to do is to bring the charts inside. But before we bring the charts, I would like to create some space. I'd like to create some space down this particular container so that you'll be able to see that there's space between this and the charts. So bottom, I'll just give it 10. Yeah. So now let me just bring my charts, which is this, to the view. And we have this. So I will remove the right title. And the chart itself, I would like to, let me just leave it. There's no need for inner padding. If there's need for it, I'll change it later. So, but there's another thing I would like to do for this vertical container where we have this information. I would like to have this line that we have here. We have like the same thing there. So I will go to border and I will use this and this step in seeing that, okay. So now that we now have the line, I think they need padding. Let's just leave it. We will come back to it. So the next thing that we have to do is to create another container here where we would have the one part here we have information about the years of experience, and the other side we have information about the educational attainment for the respondents. So to do that, we will create a horizontal container. I'll put it here. So this horizontal container, we will have to give it some padding because of space. And just give it 10. And then at the top, Let's see. Then I would like to do the same thing, give it a borderline, and yeah. So what I like to do is, we want to have two sections here and here, and those two sections too, they will have title and this information about them, similar to what we have here. So I will have to create a vertical container here and a vertical container here, and I have to provide a line that will visit the two sections, say subsections. So to do that, I'll just bring vertical container inside this container. Before I do that, to make life easier, I'll just bring my blank here. So blank with I'll go to my layouts to know that I'm doing the right thing. Yes, I'm still inside here. So I'll come here, I will drag the vertical container here, and this vertical container, I can name it whatever I want. I can do some formatting on it. So for this one, I would like to create say, how can I format it? Let me just leave it like this. It is not enough. I will create more. Something is okay. So for this vertical container, this is where the years of experience chart, this is where it will sit. So let me just bring it in to occupy space before I bring in the other container. Years of experience, I just bring it here. To be sure that this chart is sitting inside the vertical container, so I will come here and I see that this is actually inside the vertical container. So cool. And I typed it, sorry. So I would like to bring the title. So to bring that, I'll just create an horizontal container and make it say 58. 58. So I'll just bring the text, which is the title for the chart. So I'll come here again. So the years of experience in data visualization is the title. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here. Again. So now we have this, and I'll bring the question. So this side, hide the title and drag it to the side. Years of experience with application. Name. So I'll create more space for this so that I'll make this go like this so that yes. So we need the other container. So to bring the other container, I will drag vertical container to this side, and I will drag to the side. So let me format this line. So to format this line, we can come to layout and let me give it color, say this, and I don't need to change the opacity, and if I need to, I will change it. So I want to make sure that this line is very, so I can just, it's very small. So when I change everything to 10, 10, 10, so I know that this 10 plus this 10 is 20. So I can just make this, the width to be, say, 21. And it's that small. Yeah. That's exactly what I want. But you can see that our high is no longer showing well because of this. So let me make this, let me increase the size of this from, so what can I give this, edit width? So I can just change it to this, it's currently 377. I can change it to say 414. Let's see what we have. Yeah. So we're now seeing our info. So then these other parts, similar to what we did here. So let me bring the charts in, educational attainment, and we have this, I will add the title, and I will bring this horizontal container just for us to have the title. So we have the horizontal container. No, it's easier now because we already have a reference point. So let's just come here and look at the size that we gave it here. So the size is 58. So we can change this to 58. Edit height to 58. And we have this. So inside this horizontal container, we want to have the title and this information. So to do that, just bring text to this place, and I can come to my documents and look at the title, which is educational attainment. Excuse me. So I'll try to copy the educational attainment, Control C, and I'll paste it here inside my title. So I'll click on this again. Okay. So right now we need this info to be there, and we can easily drag it to so we remove the title and make it a little bit like that. So yes, I think we are done. So the next thing that we can do is to format the tooltip. Say for example this one where we are having negative female, we can easily go and change it to female. Tooltip. So to do that, I will have to copy this and drag it to this place. So when I do that, I will have female to love the number of female. So can easily remove the, so when you over any of it. So for the number of female, we are now having 60. We're now having minus 60, so we can easily format that. Format game. custom and custom and oh sorry. Custom. Yeah, what was that? Okay. Now we should have 60. Yeah. I think yeah, we are we are done. And yes, that's all. We now have our dashboard giving us information about uh the survey Vegetal Federation Society for 2023. So that's all. So I can say, okay, let me create extracts. Create extracts. Quantitative documents. Save here. So, and I will name this dashboard one to say database insights. And yeah, that's all. We can go ahead to publish this to public. So to do that, we can shift, and I will hide all sheet. And I will color this to be red. Yes. Click on Control Shift. Okay, Control S. I can name this and the database insights 20. Database industry insights 2020. So save that. And yeah, so let's publish this to Tableau public. So the first Control Shift S. It asks me to sign in. Okay, that's automatic. So the database industry, yes. So that's all. If you have any questions, you can ask. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Amazing work. Amazing. Please, if you have questions, please just put them in the chat so I can ask them. Yeah. So it's done in like record time and it looks so good. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. It's now here.
Yeah, so you can
put
us to UG Bootcamp week 3 in front.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Please, if you have any questions, feel free to send a message in the chat.
Lagos CUG Bootcamp 2023. Let's see.
If you want to print today, I will just call out an access or two and say they stole my sub.
So, yeah. So that'll be all.
Amazing. All right. So if you don't have any questions right now, please reach out to Aliu if you have any questions on Twitter and on LinkedIn. Also make sure you tag Lagos to Eugene in your submissions. Aliu has done an amazing job and has saved us enough time. So can go ahead to download the Viz, recreate it, and get familiar. The recordings will come out by Monday, and see everyone tomorrow for Idris's section. So can't wait to see everyone. Thank you, Aliu. This was really nice. Yeah, someone said, can you throw more light on how you remove the negative?
Okay. So here. Okay, not here. Here. So basically, if you want to remove let's say this, okay, let me just go to format and scale. That's the axis. So let me just put negative here. So right now, let's say we have something like this and you want to change it. So basically what we are doing is, when you create charts in Tableau creates scale. So without scale, there's no chart. So basically what scale means is that your data, from in your data set, let's say for numerical data now, you will have the minimum of the minimum number, minimum value, and you have the maximum value. So Tableau used that to create scale for the chart. So the scale is basically mapping from your data set to your view, that is the number of pixels that we have here. So it is our scale that's telling Tableau that, okay, if the number of respondents is 60, or is, let's say, the test is 25, come from this place to this place. That's basically what scales is saying. So when we now create a negative scale, we have from this side to this side. So it's actually starting from -60 to 35, because we change it to negative value. It will start from the highest value for the female and put negative in front of it. And if you remember number line, so we have from 0 to particular to infinity, and from this 0 back to negative infinity. So from 0 to -60, that our scale will now come from -60 to 35. Now, if you now want to change it, we are not actually changing it. We are only changing the formatting. The negative is still negative. But basically what we are now doing is that, okay, we don't want our user to be confused that, okay, which one is -60, which one is -50. So we are just hacking it such that when our user are seeing it and they are interacting with it, they will be able to see that, okay, this is 60, this is 55, and not -55. And so that do not make wrong conclusion about our charts. So that's basically what we're doing. And to do that in Tableau, what you do is you click on this and you format it. So basically you are clicking on the scale and saying that you want to format the scale. So when you are doing formatting in Tableau, you're not really changing the original thing. What you are actually changing is how you see it. So for example, if you come here and change from area to 9 points to 20 points, it doesn't change the value that is here. It just changes how we see it. That's basically what's happening. So we go to scale. So because this axis, we're talking about the scale. So presently, the way Tableau is showing it is okay, automatic. So by automatic, negative number, positive number. So we want to use custom. We want to be the one that will change it. We want to be the one that will say, okay, this is how I want it to look like. So we come here. And when we come here, we can say, okay, I want to increase the decimal number to whatever number I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do whatever I want. But in my own case, I don't want to include any, what is it called? Any decimal number at all. So no decimal point. Then when I have this custom, I can come to this general custom to say, okay, this part, as I explained earlier, this part in Tableau before the semicolon is what is positive number. You can edit it, use whatever you want. This comma here shows that if the number is more than 3, we have about 30, more than 3 figure, and we have at least 10, that this should have comma, that is to show 1,000. So you can change it to don't show 1,000. You can change, instead of comma here, you can change it to full stop, such that instead of using comma for 1,000, you'll be using full stop for 1,000. So for semicolon, after the semicolon here, this is how Tableau shows the negative numbers in your scale, as we have it in our axis, as we have it here. So to change that, you can remove the negative number. And if you remove the negative number, you realize that it's very similar to our positive number. So like that, we achieve what we want to achieve, because we want this side to look exactly like this side. That way, we are not confusing anybody about what is happening in our chart. So you can just come here and remove the negative number, and you can see that negative number will not be there. Let's say you are an accountant, and in accounting, they use brackets. So you can put negative number into close brackets like this, and you can see that the negative number are now in negative, they are now in brackets. So, or parentheses, whatever you call it. So cancel this, and we have that. So that was how I changed the negative number. Hope that is clear. Yeah. Yeah, you're
All right.
welcome.
Okay, nice. All right, good. So any other questions, please reach out to Aliu or Lagos to UG. And I think people are already leaving, so let's just Aliu, if there's anything else we can end, you can end this from your end as well.
Yeah, that's all. All right.
All right. Okay, cheers. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Yeah, bye.